The fact is there have been and still are situations that are correctable and will be corrected, and some of which have been corrected. I know I get on the phone a lot with my colleagues because, believe it or not, some long time ago, I was where they are, in the hospitals, in the emergency room, looking at very sick individuals that you need to take care of. And I know what it means when someone tells you, hey, you have what you need, and you look around and you say, well, maybe you think I have what I need, but I don't really have what I need. So we have to figure out, how do we close that gap? There's production capacity that gets better and better and better. And that's what we're talking about, because for what we need now, we believe that with better communications, we'll be able to make that happen. So I know there's going to be a lot of questions about that. I don't want to go on too long, but let me just finish by saying, given what I've just said and what I believe what you're going to hear, that for what we need in the first phase, if these things are done correctly, what I believe they can, we will have and there will be enough tests to allow us to take this country safely through phase one.
Sanjay, so far what stood out is they were really spending an extensive amount of time trying to talk about testing, both for the president to say there's this huge amount of unused capacity, which you just heard the governor of Ohio say, well, yeah, but no, because we might have the capacity to do the test, but we don't have the capacity to interpret them yet. So there's still a long way to go. But that was clearly a big aim of this from both the president as well as Dr. Fauci, Dr. Birx. So what was the goal here, and what is the truth?
I think that the bottom line is that the idea that people anywhere in the country who need to be tested can get tested is still not the case. Now, when people talk about testing, as you mentioned, you have the test kits themselves, you have the labs, you have all these various things that are needed to actually go from someone needing to get a test and getting tested to actually getting a result. I think the capacity, as Ambassador Birx talked about, has improved in many places around the country, meaning that there are labs that may be available to interpret results. What seems to be the problem, the gap, as Dr. Fauci called it, is that everything from the swabs to the reagents to the transport medium, all these things that are necessary to actually get a test, some of those aren't available. Some of those are not in the supply chain. The supply chain is really mostly controlled by the federal government. Some of this stuff is coming from other countries. So that's the issue. States have said, okay, yeah, we've set up our labs, maybe at the universities, at public hospitals, whatever, but we don't have the stuff. Aaron, if I can for a second, I talked to Dr. Tom Frieden. He used to run the CDC, and I asked him specifically, look, is this a state's issue or is this a federal issue? Whose obligation is it?